Welcome everybody to I Ain't Gonna Lie with your host, Showtime.
And your favorite host, Broadway K.
Don't think it's really a contest, but if there was a contest, I'm clearly the favorite.
Well, that's just literally not true, but we can continue with the show. How's everybody doing?
I mean, it's not like it's a live show. They can answer back with this K.
They're responding to me as they're watching and listening.
No one does that. I
do that all the time.
And that's why
how's everybody? I'm good, man. I'm good.
Okay, that don't even sound like some stuff you would do.
I just made that up. But, I'm just trying to be conversational. It's a great week. Not really. Worst week in the history of the world.
Well, thank you for asking me about how my trip was, Kay. I really appreciate you for
Your trip was
caring.
not good. I saw it. It sucked.
You know one thing I noticed about Kay? Kay doesn't look at my socials at all.
I don't look at anybody's Instagram story. If I'm ever looking at your Instagram story, that means a little kid has my phone and is just running around.
That's a terrible excuse, and you see what he comes up with. But he doesn't look at my socials, which is messed up. You want to know how I know?
That's not an excuse. I just don't look at Instagram.
You want to know how I know that he don't look at my socials? One day, I intentionally posted one of his songs, but I didn't tag him in it just to see if he was going to respond, be like fire or that's dope or something like that. No response. And I did that joint for 2 weeks straight. He said nothing.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I appreciate the support, brother.
Yeah, he ain't shit, y'all. That's what we're realizing right now. But
let's celebrate, guys. I finally got to 10,000 streams on Spotify. So I appreciate everything. More music coming. But let's get back to I Ain't Gonna Lie.
So now people know that he's a rapper, guys. But back to my story. I went to New York.
Let's just sweep that under the rug.
I went to New York.
Let's act like that didn't happen.
New York was amazing, guys. I went to a beautiful wedding and also went to go see Lion King on Broadway.
Lion King 1.5 or just Lion King?
No, Lion King.
Lion King 1.5 is the best Lion King. But continue.
You and your hot takes. You the black Skip Bayless. But
that's not true. But I do love Skip Bayless.
I like Skip too, but he's king on hot takes. But no, so that was an amazing time. But in the midst of that, people were really scared. And it was actually really dope because not that many people were there because of the whole coronavirus thing. But that pretty much segues into pretty much most of our show going to be about, sadly, is going to be about this virus that's attacked the nation and the world. But this nation too. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed. That's a joke. Obviously, everybody know. Coronavirus has taken storm in America, which means a lot of things have been getting canceled. And I don't know if you guys know, but I have a couple side jobs. Some of my side jobs are including some of these sports teams, and everybody canceled. Everybody. So there's no sports in the month of March, possibly April. Matter of fact, not even is there. That's not even the crazy thing. It's not even just no sporting events. And he just coughed. So I just want y'all to know I gave him a 3-strike rule. If he cough another time, we're gonna have to cancel this short because I ain't catching nothing. But Not only is it canceling sporting events, but any large gatherings. Like in Maryland, they just said anything that's gonna have over 250 people is now canceled. And that's crazy because me and my boy, this is our 10-year anniversary. So for high school. So I mean, we got reunions to go to, and if this happens and it continues, we're not even gonna be able to celebrate our 10 years. Granted, a lot of people probably not gonna go anyways, but it's wild. It's a wild time right now.
Yeah, man. Just imagine, I really thought this was a dream. It's no NBA. NBA is suspended. It's not football season, so there's no football. There's no MLB.
There's no more pro days.
NHL. There's no XFL. There's nothing.
Well, XFL didn't cancel yet. But they're
going to cancel.
Yeah.
They don't have a choice.
Yeah.
There's no school, so there's no state championships. There's literally nothing to do. I'm scared because the crime rate is going to go up. Think about it. What stops people from committing crime? Oh, LeBron is on. Steph is on. KD is on.
I'm going to be honest with you. No, the hell they don't. That does not stop anybody from robbing somebody.
Yeah, you may rob somebody, but if LeBron goes off for 40 or something like that, a 40-point triple-double, and you hype, you might just be so excited you just go to sleep. Then you're like, you know what? I'm not robbing nobody.
Bro, are you really going to sit here and act like robbers are not flexible with their time?
They are, but come on. If they like LeBron, they might not do it.
If anything, you can say LeBron also causes robberies and violence. Because let's say you put money against him, and he went off, and now you owe the bookie $1,200, and you can get your legs broken.
All right. But like I was saying, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. No, it's nothing to watch on TV. I just think the crime is going to go up sky high. hopefully All American hurries up and comes out. I know the last episode came on the other day. Hopefully they drop on Netflix because I need to watch All American. I'm ready for it.
I really don't like All American like that.
The acting isn't that good,
Yeah,
but the
it really
storyline
isn't.
is good.
The storyline's cool. I mean, it's a true story, but yeah, the acting isn't that
Like
great.
you said, Tay Diggs is.
I don't believe him, bro. Like, I don't believe him as no coach, bro. He's just too. Ugh. If he was my coach, first of all, if he was a coach, that team would not win no championships because he is so uninspiring. Like, I'm good off him. But back to the whole the virus and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, man. I'm really interested in like what ESPN's going to talk about. Fox Sports is going to talk about next week and the week after. Because, I mean, granted, they already talk about the same material really over and over and over again. It's always about LeBron. It's always about Tom Brady. And it's about the Cowboys on rotation with a lot of these companies. But, like, I just know I wonder how creative they're going to be. Because you can't talk about LeBron. Well, never mind. I was about to say you can't talk about LeBron every single day because they really do. But man, it's gonna be tough on the producers. It's gonna be tough on the writers, everybody, man, because this is a tough time for us sports lovers. We're gonna have to literally be grasping at straws. We're gonna have to go into 10 years ago and just be like, yeah, well, such and such is better than Steph Curry. Like, AI is better than Steph Curry. Like, we're gonna have to go into this debates about past because we really can't talk about anything current or the future because we don't know when this stuff is starting back up.
Right, and man, it's just such a tough time, man. I definitely feel for the Jazz players, Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell. Like,
definitely
for them to
Mitchell.
actually have it is crazy. Like, I know Rudy Gobert was making a lot of jokes, but honestly, he didn't know that he had it. He was not trying to spread the disease. So just seeing that is crazy, man. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and you can't say, well, the game must go on because sure as hell's not. But, also, slight plug, I'm also a wrestling coach. Our season actually ended, thank goodness. Our season's over, actually, before all this stuff started going crazy. We crowned our first women's state champion ever,
that's lit.
which is really, really dope. We had another kid place fourth at states, and then he also committed to Maryland. So he's going to UMD next year to wrestle, which is great. First kid in probably over a decade that got a full ride scholarship to a D1 school. So I mean, it's been a decent year for a team that wasn't like fully stacked with a roster.
That's what happens when you get the man over there.
Facts.
See?
That's what we do out here.
That's what he does.
That's what we do.
Everywhere he goes, this happens. No
Also, man, like, it hurts my heart too because like fights are gonna be canceled now. I'm a big UFC fan, big Bellator fan, MMA in general. Like, I love it. I love wrestling, and all these things are gonna get canceled. But I will have to mention last weekend, one of the greatest championship fights ever happened. This past weekend, with Weili Zhang and Joanna Jędrzejczyk in a championship fight. These 115-pound women threw it down. Like legit, K. I have to send you the video so you can see the fight. One of the best fights I've ever seen. These girls was going ham. Like, homegirl had a hematoma. I'm gonna show you a picture of her actually. I want to, guys, like, whoever's like, we're also recording again, so I'm gonna show Kay like a legit picture of Joanna, like her face. She legit looked disformed. Like, it was bad because she had a hematoma on her forehead.
Wow.
And if you don't know what a hematoma is, it's a really crazy swelling.
Yeah, that's a cartoon bump. That's one of them Daffy Duck bumps that he get after.
And it got worse. So at one point it was on one side, then it was at the other.
It looks like she has an Ed, Edd n Eddy jawbreaker in her head. That's terrible.
Yeah. So that just shows you how crazy the fight was. And she actually, it was a split decision, so she almost won the fight. So I mean, it was back and forth. It was amazing.
They must be fighting with guns and swords in there.
Yay. It was fun. But yeah, so I just had to bring that up, that slight plug. But I mean, the season is, I mean, not the season over, but the season's suspended. It still might get moved to the summer. So I mean, like, what do you think about that, man? You think that was the right decision, or should they went like?
They had no choice but to suspend it. Once one player has it, they're playing against other players. These players are sweaty. They're touching each other. There's no debate. You have to suspend the season. I don't think it's a realistic goal to say like, oh, they'll be back in August or something like. At that point, the NFL season's about to start. Like, it's too late.
And also, your season starts back up in a month.
Right, yeah. So it's like you're going to make them play MLB. You're already complaining about 82 games. So now they're going to play the games and then start right back up with no offseason. That's going to be bad basketball, and that's going to lead to injuries. They can't have that. But also, I get what they're saying because they're saying it's going to cost like $500 million. The league is going to lose, but at the same time, you can't put the players at risk for that. That's too big.
And the fans.
Yeah, you need the offseason. It's an offseason for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the right decision to postpone it. I just hope that, it can resume around July, maybe. I don't know. But not July, June. Or at least when it gets hotter. And, I mean, maybe the solution might honestly have to be you have to cancel the regular season and go straight into the playoffs. Or maybe give them, like, a 2-week warm-up so they can get their feet back warm. And, have them play it, like, the last 2-week schedule. And then afterwards, let the playoff teams all obviously go in. Because, I mean, I don't know, too much is going to change. And the bottom feeders, they're not going to make that big of an impact anyways.
Yeah, so, I heard that they might do 30 days off and then start the playoffs.
Yeah. And then, I mean, at the end of the day, just call it a season. It's gonna be like the lockout season for NFL. It's gonna be. I mean, I think did the NBA have a season like that where it was really shortened?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say it's just gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be a shortened season. It is what it is.
2011.
Oh, really? That's it soon?
Yeah, Oklahoma City versus the Heat was in the finals. That was a really shortened year.
Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, I mean, it happens. It's unfortunate, but it has to happen. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna. But one thing I will say though, the one team I'm not gonna say you should be happy about, but I would say that it benefits is the LA Lakers. I think that it helps them out a lot having these days off for especially LeBron. LeBron's older. He's gonna have all this time off. I mean, even though he was getting in the groove, he was putting in a lot of minutes. And what I've heard is he put a lot of minutes in the regular season. When you get older, it's gonna definitely affect you in the playoffs. And now that he's gonna have this time off to chill, recoup. He's going to come back refreshed. It's going to be a really good version of LeBron, even though we've been seeing a very decent version of him.
My only thing is probably killing LeBron right now is that he's so much farther away from the Kareem record now. Missing these games, like him being the all-time leading scorer, is like you can't have those missed games like that. I know he's pissed about that.
I mean, how far is he away? I mean, he's going to eventually get there, though.
Nah, he's like 5,000 points away.
What was that, like, 3 seasons?
It depends if he's still good or not and how many games he missed.
I mean, unless he falls from a cliff, he might be like Brady. He might still keep chugging even in his like late 30s. I mean, Vince Carter is still. Well, you don't like Vince Carter, but Vince Carter's still putting up some kind of buckets.
Not really, but
I said some kind.
Yeah,
I ain't saying. I mean, he ain't like he averaging like 2 points.
I wonder what his diet is. He's old as hell to be jumping that high. He probably like only eats like beans and drinks water.
Beans is not even good for you. You could have said. You literally could have said
beans.
Cabbage. You could have said something green.
All vegetarians eat beans, so argue with them.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about this basketball league, though?
Not just basketball, but this is all sports. This is going to affect our lives.
Well, I mean, right now it's only currently like basketball for like
NHL
the NBA.
suspended their season too.
Yeah, but we don't talk NHL. So I mean, we not about to fake on this podcast act like we give a damn about NHL.
It's not only about us though. It's not only about us.
This podcast is about us.
Okay, that's selfish. He's selfish.
The fuck? That's just being honest. It's about us. Like what is it supposed to be about? Because if that's the case, then we need to be talking about cricket. We need to be talking about soccer. We need to be talking about baseball.
Listen here. I'll be in love and marry the shortest woman alive before I do a report on cricket.
Then you need to shut the hell up then about this me being selfish. I'm just saying, we don't care about NHL. We can sit here and pretend.
I'll eat Long John Silver's for 2 years straight.
He doesn't like Long John Silver's.
On cricket.
I don't like Long John Silver's.
Like it. It's terrible. It's the worst fast food restaurant on earth.
I mean, I agree.
Okay. So now we're on the same page.
Yeah, with one thing. But my point is, we're not about to sit here and fake like we care about that. But back to what we were saying, right now, currently what's affected obviously is NHL. The only reason why I care about the NHL being canceled obviously is one, because of the illness, but also because that affect my pockets because I get paid for those games. So that really hurts my heart. But yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing I can do about it personally. But we can also talk football. Football, I mean, they've been talking about football. Like most of the NFL teams, they've shut down their training facilities. And now they're talking about they're not going to do any like draft visits and things of that nature. So that's actually extremely, extremely important. But in reality, it doesn't really affect NFL too much. They're trying to talk about pushing back the NFL league schedule, which I think is stupid. I don't think that's necessary. I mean, it's a virus, but
let's wait and see what happens.
It's not even to just wait to see what happens. The new league literally starts next week, and